Hello there and welcome to the New Manor Sports Foundation, a brand new charity based at the home of Ilkeston Town FC, of course the New Manor Ground. Today we want to explain a little bit about what it is, and of course we're all working from home, it's all being done via Zoom, so apologies if you hear me dog barking or the postman come to the door. I've got two men who know the charity inside out with me to explain a little bit about it. Firstly, I've got Treasurer and one of the trustees, Mark Frost, and Ilkeston Town FC's Chairman and Head of Football, Mark Clifford. Thank you all for joining me. First of all, what is the New Manor Sports Foundation? If I start with you, Cliffy, first.
Yeah, so it's the New Manor Sports Foundation is the foundation of the football club aimed to give all, I suppose, back to the community. So all the charitable work that will happen in the community will be through the foundation on behalf of the football club.
Lovely. And Frosty, obviously you've had a big role in setting up this charity. What sort of thing do you want to get out of it, and what do you think this will stand for?
I think Ilkeston Football Club is the biggest asset that this community of Ilkeston holds. And I think with the foundation, we can start as a football club giving back into our community. So we can start delivering projects back into the people that mean so much to us. It's the next step of the progression of the football club. It develops the football club back into the community. It builds them ties with the community. And it's really exciting. It's really exciting times for this football club. There's other projects working in the background, but this is just another step. And with Mark's expertise in his current job, I think that the foundation will go from strength to strength.
So, talking about the New Manor Sports Foundation, who do you sort of envisage this being for? What sort of values is it going to have, and who is it going to support in our community?
So, in very simple terms, it is for the people of Ilkeston and the surrounding areas. Age-wise, it will have no age range, and the projects that we'll discuss will showcase that. And this is just about the local community and bridging the gap. There is a bridge between us and the community, and excuse the pun, but it is about bridging that gap and getting the community, to understand that the football club is an integral part of their community, and they can access the site and have the many benefits, not just on a Saturday afternoon but through the week as well, to support them with a range of issues that they might be facing.
I think, Mark, just following on from there as well, it's about making them relationships with our business community as well. We were kindly donated some programmes from a programme collector in London yesterday, dating back from 1950, 1960s and 1970s. But looking through there and looking through the businesses, there was Ilkeston Bowl, which was the bowling alley that was advertising there, that's still here, and Ron Brooks, which is obviously still in the town. So it's about, Ron Brooks has always been a huge player at this football club. So it's about building them relationships with the big employers in the town, with them big organisations in the town, and giving something back to the community. And I think, Mark, as well, even if it's what we found in this last year, even if it's somebody just popping the face into the ground and saying, "Hi, yeah, okay," and we're having that chat, particularly in today's times when COVID's here, somebody just to pick up the phone in the community and hear somebody's voice, sort of friendly voice, and talk about something that's important to them. A lot of people talk about football. It's their passion. And, they can come here, they can pick up a phone, they can talk to friendly people, they can talk about our plans, and they can share our vision. And I think that's important, particularly in today's time when people are feeling very insular at home. And I think the foundation can help bridge that. We can be that, that listening ear.
And it seems like a good opportunity now, speaking of COVID. Why have you decided to take the step now and launch the charity? What benefit will it give to the community, both in the here and now, and also will it give us hope for the future of the community too?
I think some of the projects we want to run are probably going to be needed in the coming months, as as the whole country recovers from COVID, and we have a clear plan and a clear pathway that we want to execute to make sure that we are ready, and not just us, but in partnership with some of the other organisations in and around the Erewash area that are doing some fantastic work. And we want to be part of that and support that, because they can't. No one project can do it on their own, and in partnerships in the charitable sector are really, really important. And we're really pleased that we're going to be able to be part of that.
I think as well, Mark, that one of your from the outset of the foundation that you've mentioned about the employability of the town and projects working within the town. Now we speak about employability. Now that's going to be key for this town, and I know it's one of your passions, and it's something that you really want to work with the young people of the town and maybe see if we can develop these young people into better people, but also into a career pathway. So I think in terms of COVID and recovering from COVID, your passion for these projects will not only reap the benefit, but also the community as a whole.
So obviously we've talked about the community and the overarching aim of the New Manor Sports Foundation, but what are some of the specific projects that you're looking at supporting and beginning around the community?
So some of the projects we would like to kind of work on in the shorter term to get off the ground and very much linked to COVID. The first one is mental health and well-being, and it's kind of obviously an obvious one that we would start with, and it seems to be on everyone's agenda at the moment, but rightly so. I think we've had a real tough time. That will look at the suicide prevention. It will be delivering some walking football, getting older members of the community out, and getting them, a bit more active and having an opportunity to have a conversation afterwards with other people. And then we're going to have some like Let's Talk initiatives, which will be, targeted at other demographics in the area. So that will cover kind of the mental health and well-being. We're going to launch a Healthy Robins course, which will happen during half terms. That will be talking around the heart and the health of the heart, looking at exercise and nutrition, and it will be free. We're working with funders at the moment to deliver this. It's not an elite football initiative. This is a community-based initiative for young children aged probably in the region of 8 upwards. So that's another one that's coming soon. We're looking to do some work with dementia, which is something very personal to myself, but again, it's one of the biggest killers at the moment out there. So that'll be looking to put on sporting activities for people living with dementia and their carers, and the carers element is very important because we know that those people are often the most affected. So we have to look after the carers too. And then Mark touched on it earlier, was the employability. You will hear it every day. There's not many businesses open. The hospitality sector has been abandoned, and that's the biggest sector for our young people. So we're going to work really hard with other partners again to identify, local people that want support, getting CVs ready, cover letters ready, getting interview skills, and being ready for that job market when it does come, and it will come back. And our role at the New Manor Sports Foundation is to prepare people and make them kind of resilient, because it's going to be tough. There's a long road ahead, but we have to make people resilient, and we want to work to support them back into their chosen career pathways.
And just quickly, while I've got you here, the both of you, obviously since our last home game, so many things have changed. I'm not sure how long, but it feels like years ago since we last all met up at the new Manor ground. Just quickly, what sort of things are developing at the new Manor ground? What's going on behind the scenes, and what can we look forward to when we can finally get back to football?
I think if you ask me and Mark that outside of this meeting, we'll say we need more hours in a day. And the season being curtailed how it was has probably come at the right time, because it was getting to the point where developing this football club is our aim, but the man hours required to do that are far above what maybe I envisaged. So, but the football club's on a great pathway at the moment. It's in a great place. The juniors are in a good place. The ladies are in a good place. The first team are excellent. The academy, which Mark, I'm sure we'll talk about in a few minutes, is going from strength to strength, and we'll see huge developments in that area from September. The first team and the club itself, you'll see huge progression in the next 3 to 4 months. And with the introduction of the foundation, it gives something back into the community. So it's not all one way. We're not taking from the community, we're actually giving back. So it's absolutely a great time to be around this football club, this community football club.
Yeah, just following on from that, some of our guys join us at 4 years old, and we've got a pathway now that can see them stay with us potentially for well into their adulthood, and with some of these programs probably well into very late into their adulthood, into probably some of our regions of adulthood, Frosty. So we have a desire to be that club. Some of the developments going on now, I think Frosty's alluded the football for us. Whilst it has stopped, it's given us an opportunity to take stock and evaluate. We're in talks now with a number of players and our manager, because we want to build and focus on either what it's going to be this season ending, or being really ready for when the season starts, the 21-22 season. The academy excites me, I have to say. Again, another vehicle to support local people into football. We're in really late talks with developing a pathway from the academy with a partnership with Derby University. So there's just things that we're doing that are just person-centred. And this is what this football club needs to be about. When we're dealing with our youngsters, it needs to be about them. It's not about the club, it's about them and their pathway. So that's exciting. The developments, the 3G pitch, the units, we're in really late stages now of planning, and I'm sure David and Andrew and Frosty are working on this very diligently to make sure it's the best of the best. And when the fans do come back into the ground, again, like they did after the last breakdown, it might look significantly different. Really, really exciting times. And the foundation really just wraps it all up and is a support mechanism for all of it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I must say, whenever you head down to the new Manor ground, it does have a special feeling, and we're all looking forward to getting back down there. One thing that I must just mention before we go is, because we've not been able to do pretty much anything during the lockdown, a lot of attention has gone on to the virtual FA Cup. Mark, we're doing pretty well, aren't we?
Yeah, we do well. You know what? It's one of the most exciting parts of the week in my household. We get ready. We start texting all our friends and tweeting out, and it is good. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not football as we know and love it, but it's a little bit of excitement. And if anyone gets really close percentage wise to us, the old town comes to life, it feels, and gets behind it. So yeah, it's good. It's a little bit of excitement, and it's no substitute really for the real thing, but it will do us for now.
I think as well, Lewis, the YEL East Midlands, which is stands for the Young Elizabethan League in Nottingham, are running a Battle of the Badges. So you have to, on Facebook, you have to like your club's badge. So Group 5, I think we were grouped in, which was also called the Group of Death yesterday. We was put with Nottingham Forest, Notts County and West Bridgford Colts. So some really big players in the game, but Ilkeston came triumphant. I think we got 103 likes to Nottingham Forest's 96, so we're actually into the next round of Battle of the Badges as well. So there is actually another virtual competition out there, so which some of the junior members are voting on. Oh,
that's lovely. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, and good luck with the next step in both launching the New Manor Sports Foundation and also continuing to work hard with the club as a whole.